Hey everybody, welcome to the Book Nook. Today we are going to talk about the book Ordinary Monsters by J.M. Miro. This book is, what it says on here is it's sci-fi fantasy. It had like X-Men vibes going on. There's several children and they all have these special abilities, and then there's this institute called the Carndale Institute that they all go to learn how to control their abilities and use them and all that good stuff. So it takes place in the 1800s. It's mainly in the UK, but it also bounces over to Asia for a little bit. So the whole premise of the book is, and this Carndale or Carndale, I'm not exactly sure how you say it, Institute goes out and searches for them to bring them back to the Institute, because most of the normies out there in the world are a bunch of a-holes who, anyone who's different, not unlike today, because people are wonderful, anyone who is different, they are afraid of, and they try to hurt these kids, and they are just really terrible to them because, oh, if it's not like me, it can't be any good because people are the worst. Anyway, there are actually several characters in this that it centers around. The two main boys with different abilities that it centers around is Charlie Ovid and another boy named Marlowe, and then there are two detectives, Alice Quick and then Mr. Colton. A lot of times they find these kids in these really horrible situations. Charlie Ovid, he is a black teenager, and he was put in jail because he accidentally killed a white man that he worked for. And so he was sentenced to death, and they tried to kill him, I believe, a couple of times, and he just wouldn't die because his ability is that he heals himself. He's what they call a Halen or a Helan. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. I think all are orphans and don't have any parents. Either their parents have died or maybe they gave them away. And then the other boy, Marlowe, he has the ability to melt or heal things. He was found in a train by a girl this girl finds the mother who is dead, and she takes the child with her, and she's on the run too, this woman. She finds this boy, and then he lives with her for a long time, and then they find these other people that they end up living with, and so it's like weird situations for all these kids is what I'm trying to say. So you have that. And then, to top this all off, there's this man of shadows, and he's chasing after these kids, and it is no good. They gotta run, because he's gonna hurt them, and he is a terrible man. This is me trying not to be too spoilery with this. And there's a lot of story going on here. Okay, so first of all, this is like 670 pages. It's huge. So you get front story, you get backstory of how the shadowy man became what he is and why he's so terrible. There's two other girls who are in the story too. One, her ability is to be invisible. The other one is a dust worker, and she can work with dust and do different things with it and have a very sad backstory as well. So this book has a lot of it's very dark. It is sad. At some points it felt a little slow how it was moving for me. It definitely picks up. So then, you have these other girls, and they're a bit older. It goes into their backstory, too. They knew this Man of Smoke before he became horrible. And so you get the story on that as well. And then there's the doctor who runs the whole Carndale Institute. Basically, this whole book just makes you suspicious of everyone. Nothing is black and white. Stuff is all shades of gray. Is the man who runs Carndale actually a good person? Is he bad? What are his motives? Why is he doing this? Children are disappearing. Where are they going? There's all kinds of stuff happening. This was a book for me that a lot of times, if I really, really love it, I'm speeding through it. But this one, I went through a little slower. And I think because there was so much story to get into. It was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good, but it was I don't know why this one was a little bit harder going. I think it's because of what I just said, because there was just so much story, so much for these characters, and there's a lot of characters that you have. Where they go to school, there is this thing called the Orsine, which is basically kind of like this portal between the living and the dead. There is the Glyphic, which is this person type entity that makes sure it stays closed, but he can also allow people in or out of the portal. And so the story is this Man of Smoke, what's he all about? Why is he coming after these children? What is he trying to pull out of the ore scene? It's kind of good versus evil, but as I said, it's so much shades of gray and everything. Once, you know, you get into it, like, it starts picking up, and just, I did really enjoy this. I gave this book 4 stars. I really liked the story. I enjoyed the characters. It is very sad and dark, so it's easier to read a book that's happier or has like a clear set path. So it's like tugging on you like this way, and you're like conflicted about it, and you're like, all right, which is kind of cool, because I don't know that I get that a whole lot in books. A lot of times it's like good, bad, good fights bad, good wins, or whatever. I don't know. So, and then this book ends, and I hope to God there's another one coming, because as this book ends, honestly, it's like the story's just beginning. So I thought the frickin' Stardust Thief was a cliffhanger. I mean, this is like wraps everything up, but there has to be another book after this one. There has to be. I really hope there is. If you like X-Men style stories with action, adventure, darkness, scariness, shattered hopes and dreams, Ordinary Monsters, maybe for you. If you are interested in that book, I will have a link down below. It is an affiliate link, so a little bit goes to me, but it also goes to independent bookstores, which is awesome. Support your local and independent bookstores. Thank you everyone so much for joining me in the Book Nook today. If you had fun hanging out, boop that like button, come back, see me again, and we will talk about more bookish stuff, because that's what we do. Duh. Duh. Do people even say that anymore? I don't know. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.